All right, guys, welcome back to the segment. So it's now joy and celebration in the camp of the Nigerian Flamingos in the Dominican Republic as they've now qualified officially into the knockout stages of the FIFA Women's Under-17 Championship. And this comes as a result of Dominican Republic actually failing to get a victory over New Zealand, and these two teams are currently sitting in the third and fourth position in the Group A, respectively, with 1 point, for each of them. And this means that none of these teams can catch up to Nigeria, who currently occupies the first position with 6 points. And all of the teams, Nigeria, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, New Zealand, have one last game to play in the group. Nigeria has a game with Dominican Republic that's coming up on Wednesday, early morning around 1 a.m. But whatever the scoreline is for that game, Nigeria has now officially qualified into the knockout round. But, I'm sure that they will still want to win that game on Wednesday just to, have a 100% record in the group, and also to increase their chances of actually getting a less intense opponent, from another group in the knockout stage. Great one for the girls. Congrats. And we'll see what happens on Wednesday. The interesting thing is that the Nigerian Flamingos are actually the only African country that's remaining right now in this competition, with the likes of Zambia being the latest to be disqualified after they lost against Poland 2-0. And we also had Kenya, who also come back home, after they failed to get any points, after 2 games in their Group C. Then moving on, guys, there's a bit of problem right now for Chidera Ejuke, who has an injury problem right now. He played a match against Barcelona, that's Sevilla Barcelona, this Sunday night, and had an injury. He was actually substituted in the 45th plus 1 minute of the game. That's at the end of the first half, due to injury. And despite how bad it was for him, the club also had a really bad day because they were completely destroyed by Barcelona. 5-1 was that scoreline. Lewandowski running riots, as well as the other guy, Pablo Torre. But the more pressing issue right now is Chidera Ejuke's injury issue. And from the look of things, it seems that it's going to worry Eguavoen a little bit, especially because we still have the last round of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers games coming up in November. So Eguavoen is definitely, looking up right now, wondering how, intense this injury is for Chidera Ejuke. But from the look of things, from what I've gathered, it seems like the injury is not going to be something very serious. Because the speculation is he's going to return in November. But the exact date hasn't really been confirmed yet. But we'll see what happens. That same November is when we will be playing remaining 2 games, for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. And then we have that outstanding game with Libya. That's, been shifted till next year. But we'll see what happens. We hope the guy is able to recover quickly and, continue his good form. But aside from that, there is still an update regarding Tolu Arokodare, who scored in the weekend for Genk. The man is making a strong statement right now, calling out to us in Eguavoen to give him a chance, to prove himself in the Nigerian shirt. And he gave a recent interview after that goal over the weekend, where he expressed his interest in representing Nigeria's pride. Actually, it wasn't the first time. He's been saying it a lot of times, that he would like for the opportunity to play for to represent Nigeria. But he knows how difficult that is, especially breaking into the attacking department of the Nigerian Spiders, because it's arguably the toughest department to break into, especially when you have the likes of Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface, performing at the top level in Europe's best leagues, and the man knows that yes, that he has to not only match the goal scoring record of Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface, but also maybe double or triple the records, because he currently plays with Gent, which is a club side in the Belgian league, and he knows that that league is not the same thing as like the EPL or the Bundesliga, or the French Ligue, or things like that. So he knows that if these guys can score, for example, 5 goals, he needs to score like 10 goals to get a look in, from the coach. But he's very confident, and he continues to push to get that call up. And the last time he almost made a call up, but it just didn't happen. And this time he continues his form, because this season alone has been absolutely fantastic for Genk, scoring 7 goals in 11 appearances, having 1 assist as well. So he's definitely in the right direction to getting the call up, and he is not shy to, expressing it whenever he gets the chance to talk to the media. But good luck to the man. Of course, I definitely would like to see him, wear the Nigerian Super Eagles shirts again. But moving on, OSAZE Odewingi has now told NFF that they need to make that Eguavoen deal permanent. He has said that Eguavoen has done enough, to get that deal on a permanent basis, especially considering what he's been doing with the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Eguavoen has played 3 games for Nigerian Super Eagles in these qualifiers, winning 2 of them and drawing 1, with 7 points accrued from these games. And Odemwingie believes that this man is the man that NFF should hand that job on a permanent basis. Of course, we talked about that a few videos ago, where I let you guys know what Eguavoen thinks about handling that job on a permanent basis. For Austin Eguavoen, he doesn't have a problem with handling it on a permanent basis, but he also has his demands for NFF to meet if they want him on a permanent basis. One of the things that he said, that we talked about last time, was that he wants it to be a long-term contract. It's not just about giving him 1 or 2 chances, and then if he doesn't do well, they fire him like they did Finidi. No, Eguavoen wants long-term contracts. He wants freedom, and that's just about what he wants before he signs on a permanent basis. But this is just one of the many calls for NFF to make the deal permanent. Let's see what happens in the coming days. As it stands now, he's doing really well. Everybody loves him, loves the result that he's getting with the team, and we'll see how far that goes, and we hope he continues, into November. And for the last gist, guys, Moses Simon actually got an assist in Nantes' 1-1 draw yesterday against Nice at home. He actually provided an assist in the 67th minute for Ablin. But they would go on to draw that game after Guesang scored in the 72nd minute. But the interesting thing is that that assist actually was very, very crucial for Moses Simon, as he has now contributed exactly 50% of Nantes' goals this season, which is really fantastic, for this young man. Of course, we call he's the man of the he's the player of the month for Nantes currently, for September. But that's the story, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and stay tuned.